All right, last one for today, 6365 Delmonico. First thing I want to bring to your attention is this is very much different than all the other houses that you've looked at. Delmonico is a very busy road. Um, it's a 4-lane road, very busy. You got traffic light right there. So this isn't like some of the other houses that you've been looking at that have more of that family feel. I like if I had my kiddos here, they would not be playing in the front yard at all, ever, just because of this road. Um, so that's the first big thing that I want to point out to you guys. The neighborhood's not too bad. You're really nice and close to 25. You could probably be at 25 in 5 minutes. So you can get down south. This is actually the seller's car. You got the regional building department over there behind my car. They are doing a furnace inspection, so they must have just replaced the furnace, which is great. Coming up, I've only seen one pad that is cracked. It's this one. A little bit of peeling paint down there, which is going to be an issue for an appraiser, but again, not an issue for you guys. The deck that we're standing under is, and I'm taking a look at the mortise in the bricks. You can see a little bit of separation here. It's not too terribly bad though, to be honest. All right, so coming up, you got some stairs that go up. You can see a little bit of, there's a little lip right here, not too terribly bad. A little bit of paint wear on that. And then there's a little bit of a lip right there. But wood siding, which doesn't look like it's in bad shape at all. Coming up to this deck, this is true wood. It's not composite or anything like that. Looks like it could use with a little bit of paint. And as far as flaking goes, I'm seeing a little bit there. Do you like the deck off the front, and kind of shows the whole front of the house, looking out this direction. I will say you can't see it now because we have a storm coming in, but that is Pikes Peak right there. I think that's the peak up there. But you do have views from here that look towards the mountain range, which are great. Let's head on inside. So there's going to be a few folks in here, and we'll still talk the same way we normally do. The front door looks beautiful like that. That wood looks brand spanking new. All right, let's step on inside.
Unfortunately for your pictures, you can't see.
So just stepped into the house again. We have tile work for the landing, stairs to go down, stairs and some more stairs to go up. The flooring in here looks immaculate. And with how nice and clean and shiny it is, you can see some of the craftsmanship deficiencies. A little bit of separation here, but again, with this vinyl flooring, you can actually move these boards to get closer to each other. You see a lot of this separation like this in winter specifically because things are getting colder, so they're kind of collapsing a little bit. So living room up here, beautiful floor that flows right into the kitchen. You can see that there's access to some of the bedrooms on this level through that kitchen. Taking a look out back. Colorado is very known for wind, and I don't know why more fences don't look like this, but I would say there's 1, 2, 3 fence 4x4s that are snapped in half. Again, we don't see any 4x4s on this side, except for that side right there. That section is your fence, but this fence is probably that neighbor over there's side. Let's take a look at this. So notice, let me get low. If you were just screenshot this and take a look and then draw some lines, they're not parallel, all right? Not too terribly bad. Not seeing any cracks in here. Not going to be going too terribly much further, but they do have like greenhouse area over there that may or may not stay. The siding on the back looks great. The grass doesn't look like it takes too much to bring back. Nice little paver stones out here, but you can see, get low again, right about here, it dips down. So little bits of lips on those. All right, back of the house looks Looks decent. Yard size is pretty decent. Let's head back inside because I'm in love with this kitchen. So let's take a look at the kitchen. All right, coming on in here, find some light switches. I love the openness of this kitchen. While it doesn't have a traditional pantry, there's a ton of storage in these cabinets. You got tons of storage underneath. These are solid stone counters. You have the above counter microwave, a little bit of just caulk work that could be done right back there. But for the most part, the counters look great. A little bit of age being shown in the sink here. But look at that range. That thing is sparkling. Again, I love that single burner. You can get this traded out for an actual griddle attachment, and you just pull this rack out, put in the griddle, and we love it. That's going to be a vent as opposed to the micro, but you got tons of storage in here. You have the track lighting. I love track lighting, especially in bedrooms. Lazy Susan here. Newer Samsung refrigerator, Samsung range, GE dishwasher, and then we'd have to check the listing, see if the microwave's staying, but Panasonic microwave. You're seeing a little bit of the separation in the vinyl flooring here. Again, when it's cold, you're going to see a little bit more of the separation, and all of these little vinyl pieces, they shouldn't be glued to the floor, so they're actually movable. So you can tighten up some of those little spots. The walls look great. I'm not seeing any crazy signs of settling that we've seen in some other houses. A little bit of a line there. It looks like it's been touched up, but nothing crazy so far. So coming this way, we have 1, 2, 3 bedrooms and a bathroom. Let's start with this one here. Again, flooring looks great. And it's nice and clean, nice and flush. I'm not seeing any of those separations in here. This bedroom, I would say you could fit a full in for sure. Queen might start getting a little tight with extra furniture. We do have the vinyl windows though. I'm not seeing any cracks in the ceilings or anything like that. Double closet space with the built-ins already. And this is really nice that you're able to actually adjust where the built-ins are, so you're not stuck with the shelves that are just in there. Do we have a little bit of rubbing here that sometimes when doors rub, that's settling issues. So it's nice and tight at the top, a little bit more of a gap at the bottom. Not too terribly bad, and again, I'm not seeing any cracks in the walls themselves. You have a linen closet here. Turning the corner here, there's a little bit of bunching in the carpet there, which could get stretched. That's all too easy. But this carpet looks a little bit older. I don't want to say it's original to the house, but it's a little bit older. It feels nice and soft. There's some light staining and stuff like that, but the carpet feels really nice. I felt newer carpet that feels like garbage. Little crack in the door here. Again, we have the adjustable racks in here. This door is a little off track, but it shouldn't be anything too difficult to adjust. Let's head on into this bathroom. So we have tile work in here. A little bit of separation of the grout. Used to be a toilet paper holder hung there. You see it's patched now. You have the tile counters. You have mirror, lights, the opaque window over here on the side that looks out over onto Delmonico. In here, that's a steel tub. A little bit of caulking would be the only thing I'd say about this. Not too terribly bad whatsoever. Bit of storage underneath. Nothing crazy there. I did skip this. It should be a coat closet. And that's what I would call those. But then you have the separations of those vinyl planks again. All right, coming down this way, notice the flooring changes. So this is that redder floor, and this is more of the brown wood. So coming in here, a little bit of crack into these panels. I think you'd be able to just touch that up with paint, and that would hold that door together just fine. You have closets back through here. This is going to be the legit his and hers closets, okay? So you got the racks in here, you even got shoe storage down there. So you got a little bit of space. Over here, this would be the his closet or the other hers closet, depending on how you guys do your relationship. But you have built in here, it's a little bit smaller than the other one. A little bit of separation. You see some mending brackets up there that's holding those shelves up. The flooring looks great. I'm not seeing any of the crazy separation that we're seeing anywhere else. The windows look great. Again, though, they are looking out onto Delmonico. That's the first major sign of settling that we're seeing. There's a second one here, back behind this curtain, kind of going up at that angle. But again, those are the first two that we're seeing, except for the door sticking a little bit. Coming on in here, I'm hearing a running toilet. Usually that's not too big of an issue to fix. But inside of here, the counters look great. I love the coloring. I love the little, the accent tiles in there. You got the naked wood there. This shower stall is really nice and big. So you have the built-in soap over there. I love the coloring in here. Even with the blue, it looks great. That's a legit shower head there. The inside of it looks nice and clean. It looks like this was shifted over a little bit at one point and then patched up there. But as far as the size of this bathroom, it's a little tighter. Coming down really nice and low, because you know I like doing that. You can see a little bit of the paint coming up off of here. I would attribute that to the shower itself. I just pointed the shower and you couldn't see it. But there is a little bit of cracking on these smaller pieces. Obviously, when you get the smaller pieces, they're more prone to cracking. And we have a little bit of a crack here. So yeah. Typically when you see these cracks coming through the tile, there's a void space underneath. Self-leveling agent wasn't used, and they put that tile on over top of the existing flooring. Not bad, I did that in my own house, and I have some cracked tiles just like that. Okie dokie, so that's the upstairs. I'm gonna head downstairs, try to stay out of everybody's way. So when we come downstairs, you got the family room over here, and it's a nice space. Lots of times when you get into basements, you will see it just a giant wide open space. I actually do like the way that this is more of a cozier space, which has its defined limits. It's a great spot for kids. A little bit of a seam here, and that could be any number of things. We do have a little bit of cracking over top of the windows. It looks like it's been addressed though. Not seeing anything crazy over here. As far as the brickwork goes, the exterior brickwork looks like it's in great shape. Doesn't mean to say that the interior with the flue and everything is stable or anything like that. We definitely want to have a chimney sweep, scope it. Little light cracks to the tile here, here, and here, and one over here. That's, listen how solid that is compared to that. Nothing crazy. I don't think this is original carpet to the house, but it's not brand spanking new. Different vinyl down here, and then that transitions into the concrete floor in the utility and laundry room. They did put down some peel and stick tiles here. They have the stacked washer and dryer. Look at how beautiful that furnace is. We do see a little bit of this cracking down here. Nothing terribly crazy. Again, when we get, every house is going to settle in Colorado at the end of the day. You have a gas line going to the dryer, which is not typical for a lot of houses, so that's a bit of an upgrade. There is your 220 outlet if you were to put a electric dryer in here though. I don't see an AC on this one. Water heater was permitted in December of last year. And there's that expansion tank on the back. Awesome. Look at that, 218.26. You don't see any newer than that. There is a timer switch in here, and I'm not sure what it would be for. I will let you buy the house to turn that switch. That door goes out to the garage. We'll get there in a second. So you're coming in, a little bit of bunching with the threshold here, but it's not too terribly bad. Goes to the peel and stick vinyl tiles there. This bathroom hasn't had the same level of upgrades as some of the other ones. You got the Formica counters. Some of the, there should be a sliding, probably piece of glass here, mirrored glass there, that's missing. The ceilings are about 7.5, 8 feet tall at the most. You can see the caulkwork, could use with a little bit more. I don't think these little black specks, that's not like signs of animals or anything like that. I think it's just dirt, but a little bit of caulking could be done in there. The rest of the shower stall and things along those lines look like it's pretty solid. As we come out of that bathroom, we have one last bedroom. The carpet in here feels great. It's really nice and soft. You can feel the pad underneath your feet. A little bit of scuffing to the bottom of this door here. Again, just a cosmetic thing. The door fits really well to the carpet, and there's no bunching on the door frame. So signs of settling, I don't see it with this one. A little bit of waviness to the wall, just super slight. But you have the built-ins for the closet there. You have the escape window there. The egress window is what they normally call those things. Obviously, there's a little bit of screen damage. Not a big deal. The exterior pane of this window has a super small crack in it. Super small hole. The problem is that in between those panes, you can even see the piece of glass right down there. The space in between those panes is filled with argon or inert gas that doesn't have all the temperature variations, and that's what keeps the energy efficiency going. So when you see a hole that goes to the inside, all the argon gas we would expect to have escaped. We'd need to replace that exterior pane if you want the energy efficiency of that window to be brought back. And yeah, it's about $400 or $500 for one pane of glass. Under stair storage under here, we got the peel and stick vinyl tiles. Nothing spectacular about under stair storage. It's like every other under stair storage. A little space to keep stuff. Let's hop into the garage and we will go ahead and get these over to you. All right, in the garage, you do have the oversized garage because you have that split in the middle with the single bay doors for either side. So there is, oh, thanks, sir. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. Have a great day, right? So there's a little bit more space because you have that middle piece. You have a little bit of space on either, more space on that side than on that side, but you do have a little bit of oversized space. There is some cracking through the pads down here. Let's take a look at these walls. Oh boy, these foundation walls look perfect. I'm not seeing any cracks in the foundation, which is obviously ideal. We can't see behind the stuff that they have in the garage, but from every space, and we can see a lot of it, these walls, foundation looks just perfect. Okay. Obviously, there's been a little bit of work here. It happens over time. A little bit of water staining happens over time. This was probably cut out because you can see the water staining coming down there. It looks dry, feels dry, and it looks like they've had that addressed in the past. So I wouldn't say, oh my gosh, there's water staining in the garage. We see it a lot. Okay, the garage looks great. A few things that we mentioned about this property. I think it's a very solid house. Just some light touch-ups that you would have to do. So I'll get this sent up to you, and we will talk soon. Hope you guys are having a great day.